Supreme Court of India said very clearly yesterday that the people of the country must be taught how to sing national anthem. What is the meaning of this? If you look at the statements made by the judges yesterday, so that is expressing their anguish towards the attitudes of the people. So why the national anthem should be taught to the people? So don't we know how to sing? It's not that. But the Supreme Court was stressing the importance of this national anthem. As we all know, national anthem was written by Rabindranath Tagore, and for the first time it was sung on December 11th, December 27th, 1911. So it happened on the 27th session of Indian National Congress that was held in Calcutta. So today we are using the word Kolkata, but at that time it was called Calcutta. So, but the Supreme Court yesterday made it very, very clear that every cinema hall, before screening the film, they have to play a national anthem. This national anthem, which is considered to be the very, very important and pride of the nation, that runs for 52 seconds. And the Supreme Court ordered yesterday that all cinema halls in the country must play national anthem before screening the movie. At the same time, the court also directed that at the time of playing national anthem, national flag has to be displayed on the screen. And all the people who are present over there, they are expected to give respect to our national song and our national anthem and the national flag. What is the meaning of this? All the people who are present over there are expected to get up. So they have to stand up. That is a mark of respect what we give to our national anthem. And the order has also been given very clearly, saying that the management must take care that the doors of the cinema hall must be shut while the national anthem is being played. Meaning, Supreme Court wanted the avoiding of movement of the people in and out. So the people who are present inside, so they have to respect by standing up and they should not move from their place. So this is an order that has been given by the Supreme Court. It has been accepted by the central government. Central government in the sense, central government is represented in the Supreme Court by Attorney General of India. And he welcomed the ruling of the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court made it very, very clear that this order has to be distributed to all the chief secretaries in the country. Chief secretary is the topmost administrator at the state level. He is the senior-most IAS officer. And it is a responsibility of the chief secretary to see that these orders will be distributed in the state and awareness has to be created. Meaning, the court is very, very clear that there is a negligence on the part of some people with respect to our national symbols, national anthem, and national song. So these are the symbols and these are the songs and anthem that carry lots of values, and these are all considered to be the pride of the nation. We still remember the freedom struggle that was held during that time and the struggle that continued successfully by our forefathers. So because of their contributions today, India got liberated. Meaning is simple, even after the 70 years of independence, the concept and the element of the tolerance and patriotism is still under, this doubt. You ask any person in the country, are you a patriot? Then that person will say, yes. Very emphatically and very affirmatively, he will say that he or she will say, yes. But what is this patriotism? Is it just saying that I'm a patriot, or is it something else? So, whenever we talk about the patriot, everybody need patriotism. Everybody need not go to the borders and fight. But the people, but the people who are there in the army and the people who are there in various paramilitary forces, they are guarding us. They are guarding us day and night. And today, let me remind you, today is December 1st. In the year 1965, on December 1st, there is a birth of an organization that is called Border Security Force. And the name itself is indicating this BSF, which is a very strong force with the 2.5 lakh police personnel working in that. They are guarding India on the borders. So why should they guard first of all? It's not just for money. That is called the patriotism. That is called the patriotism. Because they are not sleeping, we are sleeping happily. That is the reason why. So we should be always grateful to our armed forces and paramilitary forces. And thanks. Today is the same day. In the year 1965, BSF took birth, right? And we salute all the army personnel and paramilitary personnel in the country for guarding us, protecting us. Because of you, we are safe. Now, so let's come back to the statements made by the Supreme Court. So, Supreme Court said that this national anthem has to be played before you screen the film. But when it comes to Supreme Court, I'm going back to the year 1985. That was the incident that took place in Kerala, where in a school in Kerala, during the time of singing national anthem, three children, they did not join the group with their lips. They were respectful to the national anthem. They were standing. They were present in the group. The only thing that what they have done is that they did not sing the national anthem. And they were warned, but they said very clearly that we are respectful to our national anthem, but we don't sing. And action has been taken, and three students have been expelled from the school. Later, they moved the High Court of Kerala, and Kerala High Court upheld the decision of the management. And that was the time where the Supreme Court has entered into the scene, and Supreme Court was mentioning some articles in the Constitution. Article 19(1)(a), Article 25, and Article 51(a). And according to the Supreme Court, under this Article 19(1)(a), so there is a freedom of speech and expression. And the Supreme Court made it very clear. The presence of the children in that group itself is indicating that they are respectful to the national anthem. And they are standing up there along with the remaining members. That itself is showing that they are respectful. But whether they join the lips or not while singing, that is up to them, and that should not be considered as a serious offense, and you should not infringe into their fundamental rights under article number 19(1)(a). This was a statement that was given by the Supreme Court in the year 1985. And today, Supreme Court is asking the people to sing this national anthem properly. It is not just this national anthem. Lots of things must be learned in the society, right? I'm talking about all the people in the country where everybody has to learn. Everybody has to learn completely about the Constitution of India. And there are so many values and ethics that are enshrined within the Constitution of India. Some people may read the Constitution and they may read the outlines. Some people may read only for the purpose of the examination. But remember, for the Constitution is considered to be the supreme law of the land, and every citizen of the country is expected to be master of the Constitution of India. Unfortunately, the answer is no. That is the reason why whenever we look at some of the judgments that are given by the Supreme Court, the judges express their anguish that shows their helplessness. So meaning is simple. Yesterday, Justice Deepak Mishra has expressed his anguish. People should be taught on how to sing this national anthem properly. And tomorrow, what happens? Orders will be distributed to the chief secretaries in the state and the union territories. And the orders will also be issued to the cinema theaters. And the management, it is the responsibility of the management to play national anthem before screening a movie. So they have to repetitively do it. So tomorrow, what will happen over a period of time? Over a period of time, that management may stop. That management may stop. This playing this national anthem, or this displaying the national flag. Then what should be done? That is nothing but the violation of the ruling that is given by the Honorable Supreme Court of India. During that time, what should be done? During the time, we as the learned citizens of the country, so because we know about the judgments or the rulings of the Supreme Court, we have every right to ask the management why that you are not playing the national anthem. Management has to answer. If it is done at one time or two times, it is not going to make any change, and this has to be done continuously by the people throughout the country for a longer period of time. Otherwise, there may be a reluctance on the part of the so-called the cinema theater management, and they may not be playing this national anthem. That is the reason why national anthem again has come to our discussions. Clear? And for our information, national anthem was adopted, meaning Janaganamana was adopted as our national anthem on January 24th, 1950. January 24th, 1950. Of course, on the same day, along with the national anthem, national song was also adopted. Clear? Janaganamana and Vande Mataram, a national anthem and a national song were adopted. One. And when it comes to the national flag, the tricolor flag, so that was adopted as a national flag by the Constituent Assembly on July 22nd, 1947. It happened on July 22nd, 1947, and after a period of time, so meaning on January 24th, kindly remember, January 24th, 1950 was the last working day of the Constituent Assembly. Later, it has been transformed into provisional parliament. And on the last working day, the national anthem and the national song both were adopted. And we know that we give lots of respect. We give lots of respect to our national song and national anthem and our national symbols. Maybe national animal, national bird, or anything. But the point is that this respect should not be restricted to the words. Respect should not be restricted only to the words, and that should be shown in actions. That is the reason why insulting national flag or insulting national anthem or any national symbol is considered to be a crime. That is the reason why sometimes we feel pained, and we will be, from the heart of hearts we suffer when we see, our national flags are thrown on the roads, and the people will walk over that one. So that is nothing but the insult to the national flag. All these things must be taken care. So this will happen only when the nation becomes aware, and nation becomes aware of all these facts. Clear? It is not just using this national flag and throwing it. That is not an item or something to be thrown onto the roads. Respect has to be given, and that respect has to be shown in the form of the implementation. Right? Let me tell you one thing. everybody will say that I have lots of Desh Bhakti. I am a patriot. And these words we see, these sentences we'll see in dialogues, in writings. But when it comes to the action, so that is not shown. There is nothing like any tolerance in reality. That's the reason why even in the streets you will see sometimes if there is a little accident also, the members will get down and they fight with each other. There is no tolerance. And every person will complain and shows the finger to the other person. Mistake is yours, it's not mine. Clear? And some of the people, they tease, they rag the girls and the women. If that is the case, it is a patriotism. If it is real patriotism, we have to show lots of respect to our women. And if somebody criticizes or rags or tease our own sister, we don't tolerate. And this is repeated against somebody's sister. What is this patriotism? What is the tolerance? That is the reason why it is not just the words, my dear close friends. Am I clear? Let me tell you one thing. Today itself, I have seen in one of the regional newspapers where the ragging pictures have been shown. And entire country talks about ragging, talks about ragging, and every citizen in the country, talks for the eradication of the ragging. But what is happening in reality? I saw in one of the regional newspapers today that the ragging pictures have been published. Right? Why the ragging has to take place? So what is the satisfaction that you are getting it? If that is the case, where is the tolerance? So these are the various questions that should be analyzed by self, and only the self-analysis will give the answer, and self-analysis will be logical and rational only when we know certain tenets of the Constitution, certain basic values of the Constitution. That's the reason why in most of the sessions I say that the Constitution must be made a compulsory subject even at the degree level. Just like today, management is a this common subject now. Along with the management, even the Constitution should also be taught. First of all, the teachers must learn this Constitution. And that Constitution is not just a learning, the values must be imbibed into our system. What are the fundamental rights? You ask someone, it is very difficult for those people to answer. One of the fundamental duties is that we need to, give respect to our men. What is happening? Right? If that is understood by every citizen, that is implemented by every citizen, this harassment and atrocities will never happen. We need to respect, we need to protect our public property. What is the public property? Government property. Government property is the people's property. We pay the taxes, and through the taxes only, the money, the government will arrange various facilities. Maybe road transport corporation buses, metro rails, MMTS, clear, or Duranto or anything. And if you look at them, sometimes what will happen? So many scratches are there which are deliberately done by some people, and the seat covers are cut. Why are you doing this? Meaning is simple, they are not aware of all these things. Didn't we learn all these things during our school days itself? Answer is yes, but when it comes to the implementation, it's no. Meaning there is a problem with respect to the learning process. There is a problem with the teaching process. If the person who is teaching properly and effectively, that will go into the minds of the children, and the children will carry that with them till the end of their life. And only those citizens, only those children will become better citizens of the country. Yes or no? Answer is yes, right? I know that you all agree with me, right? So because we always go with the logic and this rationality. Clear? So now we'll come back to our discussion. I'll show you the document with respect to The Supreme Court, what it said. Look at this. So, Janagana Mana was written by Rabindranath Tagore, as we all know this. It was the first sung, S-U-N-G. It was the first sung on December 27th, 1911 in Kolkata, and it was adopted as a national anthem by the Constituent Assembly on January 24th, 1950. Please remember, whatever the date that you are looking at on the screen in the highlighted portion, it was the last working day of the Constituent Assembly, right? And on that day, both the national anthem and the national song were adopted. And when it comes to national anthem, its rendition takes 52 seconds, and the short form will take 20 seconds, meaning the first stanza and the last stanza will be taken, and it will take 20 seconds. Look at this. What the Supreme Court said in the year 1985. Have a look at this. Our tradition teaches tolerance. Our philosophy preaches tolerance. Our constitution practices tolerance. Let us not dilute it. This is a wonderful statement that was made by the Honorable Supreme Court in the year 1985. Look at this. Let's go ahead. There is no provision of law which obliges anyone to sing the national anthem, nor is it disrespectful to the national anthem if a person who stands up respectfully when the national anthem is sung does not join the singing. Am I clear? He is getting up with respect, but he is not joining the singing. No problem. That should not be taken as an offense. Proper respect is shown to the national anthem by standing up when the national anthem is sung. It will not be right to say that a disrespect is shown by not joining in the singing. Standing up respectfully when the national anthem is sung but not singing oneself clearly does not either prevent the singing of the national anthem or cause disturbance to an assembly engaged in such a singing so as to constitute the offense. Clear? If somebody is not singing, he or she is not disturbing the remaining group, and nobody is paying any attention over there. And in that particular case, because he or she is showing the respect, that should not be considered as an offense. Look at this. Yesterday's ruling by, that is November 30th, 2016. A national anthem must be played in all cinema halls across the country before a film is screened, and everyone present must stand to pay respect to it. So this is a statement that is given by the Supreme Court. So, my dear close friends, being the citizens of this nation, we need to honor the ruling of the Supreme Court. It is not just we'll go to movies, right? You will go to movies, I'll also go to movies. And before the screening of the film, this national anthem will be played. And of course, we know the Constitution, we have the values, we respect the Constitution, we respect the system, we respect the orders that are given by the Supreme Court. No doubt we are going to stand up and we are giving the respect. And we don't move during that time. But the thing is that if that cinema hall management is not playing national anthem, then what happens? Let's have to question that. Let's have to question that. Right? So once we start questioning, there will be a pressure on. There will be a pressure on. That is called the implementation. Because the Supreme Court cannot come to each and every cinema hall and Supreme Court cannot check up. Clear? It is we, the citizens, because we go there and we watch, right? So anywhere in the country, and we need to put pressure on them so that So every cinema theater management will be playing national anthem and displaying national flag. Right? So that is how, so we respect the whole system. Am I clear? It is not just a listening and a living. No, we listen, we understand with logic, then we will implement, and we every time cooperate with the system. That's it. Clear? That is called the giving respect to the institutions that are mentioned in the constitution. Am I clear? Next. Look at this once again. Look at this. The Supreme Court said that the order should be distributed to the Chief Secretary. It shall be widely published by the electronic and print media so that the people wake up to see the order in its letter and spirit. Everybody may not be knowing about this order. That is the reason why these orders must be highlighted by the electronic media and the print media, so that majority of the people will come to know, and the people will also show interest to spread the message. This is how the message will spread across. Clear? For example, see here, on November 8th, when we went for the demonetization, within how much time the message went across? Right? So because that currency is the need of every hour. That is the need of every hour, every time we require it. That is the reason why, whether the person is rich or a poor person, clear, whether he is an industrialist or a street vendor, clear, or a boy who goes to school, everybody came to know that there is a demonetization. At least they understood that there is something has been changed in our economic system. When such type of messages can be spread across, why can't? So why can't even this type of messages are not spreading? Meaning is simple, enough attention is not being given to these type of the orders. Hope you're getting this. Kindly think over it. Meaning is simple, I would like to say, just like as the demonetization, whatever happened, we came to know that, right? So because we paid lots of attention to that, in the similar manner, for every aspect, lots of attention has to be paid. Am I clear? And that shows the awareness of the nation. Look at this. Universalism. It was a statement given by Justice Mishra yesterday. Universalism is all right, but little. Still, Bharat is the epitome of culture, knowledge, Gnan and Vignan. This is the statement that is given by Justice Mishra. Should take pride in national anthem, and they should be taught how to sing national anthem. This is the statement given by Justice Mishra. People must feel this is my country. Look at this. I have taken the statement as it is. Justice Mishra said that people must feel this is my country. This is my motherland. Are, who are you? You are an Indian first. You are an Indian first. In other countries, you respect their restrictions. In India, you don't want any restrictions. This is the statement that was made by, Justice Mishra, that shows the anguish in the minds of Justice Mishra. That is the reason why, um, it is not the first time. Rather, there are some judges in the Supreme Court. They really feel from their heart. They really feel from their heart. If not every judge, at least majority of the judges in the Supreme Court and various high courts. That is the reason why, such statements are important. And that of course, in certain cases, everybody is really helpless. Clear? But by listening to their words, we can understand the anguish what they are expressing with respect to the system that is present and with the system that is not being followed by certain people in the country. Look at this. People nowadays don't know how to sing national anthem, and people must be taught. We must respect national anthem. Look at this. The Supreme Court also said that along with the national anthem, the national flag should also be shown on the movie screen. Time has come when people must respect the national anthem, which is part of our constitutional patriotism. People must feel that it is their country. It is because of the country that they are enjoying freedom and liberty. Absolutely fantastic statement. It is because of the country that we are enjoying freedom and liberty. And this is the time that we should start feeling that this is our country, this is my mother India, this is my motherland. The Supreme Court said the national anthem must not be played on entertainment TV shows as it cannot be commercially exploited. No commercial exploitation. There should not be any dramatization while singing and playing the national anthem either. And the anthem must not be printed on an undesirable place. Clear? For this reason, we have this particular, you know, this called Prevention of Insults to the National Honor Act of 1951. Of course, it was modified in the year 1971. Look at this. Whoever in any public place or in any other place within public view burns, mutilates, defaces, defiles, disfigures, destroys, tramples upon, or otherwise shows disrespect to, or bring into contempt, whether by words, either spoken or written, or by acts, the Indian national flag or the Constitution of India or any part thereof shall be punished with the imprisonment for a term which may be extended to 3 years or fine or both fine and the imprisonment. Right? So this is the thing. That is what the Supreme Court has said yesterday with respect to national anthem. Of course, so we are all nice people, majority of the Indians rather, and we know the constitution, we know the values, and we know how to respect these values, and whatever the respect we are giving, that will be continued. Again, I would like to tell you, my dear close friends, the things are not just in the words. Clear? You know, the deeds are very, very important. How exactly so we are implementing the values that are enshrined in the constitution is very, very important. And once these are implemented, we can see a completely different kind of India. It takes time. It takes time, but at least the people who are aware and people who consider themselves as ethical and the people who are considered to be possessing certain moral values. Right? So if we start practicing, maybe over a period of time, the things will be all right. It may take some time, but the change does happen. And it is also the time that we need to nurture our children. Clear? And these ideas and values must be, imbibed into the children's system. Of course, it takes some time, but with the lots of patience and tolerance that has to be done. Obviously, India can see, right? In India can be seen as the more enriched nation in the entire world, and that is done only by the people of the nation. Clear? If I say I love my country, it does not mean that I am loving something else. Right? It means that I love all my brothers and sisters. I care for them. Clear? I have concern for them. If there is a necessity, extending our support. At the same time, without losing ethics and moral values in our system. That is called I love India. Thank you so much for being with me this evening, and I wish you all a very, very, very good luck. And we pledge once again that we all love India and we all love all the people of our country with lots of affection, and with that affection should be always ethical affection. Then we can see a better, rather the best country in the world. India has the capacity to do so, and India is going to do this. Clear? That is there in our thinking and our implementing the ideas. Once again, thank you so much. I'll see you in the next class with some other current affairs. I wish you all a very, very good luck. Good night.